got to start with golf.
All right.
There's too many new guys.
Oh, God. Who was this
I don't know
guy?
who these people are.
I don't know.
Highsmith.
Highsmith.
Who is he?
I believe Highsmith was at the 3M last year and was briefly on the leaderboard, but he wasn't. No, he might have been leading it like on Sunday or something. I can't even remember who won it, but
Was this the old Honda tournament?
and
This weekend?
different golf course. So
No. Oh, no.
Oh, it was the same golf course.
Yeah,
Oh,
PGA National.
Oh yeah, then it was Honda. Then it's the old Honda. Somebody else's. Who's the sponsor now? Who they have?
Cognizant or
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I never heard of Cognizant. That's another trouble is they keep changing the names. By the way, congratulations to Hollis. He got 3M for through the 2030 season.
Good.
Their sponsorship deal was up. I'm sure they had to, make it a little cheaper. But
who's
because of
Jacob
the field.
Bridgman?
He was in the hunt here at he was leading like on Friday or Saturday at the 3M Bridgman, and then because I looked up Junior Bridgman. That was going to write a sarcastic. I did write a sarcastic Simpson. How Junior Bridgman, who used to be a basketball player in Milwaukee, how did he get? I didn't even know he golfed or something like that. So I look up Junior Bridgman, former NBA player, worth $600 million.
Wow.
Lives in Louisville, and he's one of the founders, one of the guys that helped buy the golf course from the PGA and everything. But he's Junior's been successful in the business world. So
Good.
Anyway.
That's all I have on golf. I don't know who they were.
I don't know. When are we? Is the Players a week, 2 weeks?
We're at Arnie's this coming weekend.
Oh, okay.
Then we're at the Players.
I don't mind watching a little bit of Bay Hill.
And the
okay.
Players is great
Yeah,
too.
the Players is great. But so far I have not watched much because I'm with you. Every time I turn it on, I said, "Who the hell are these guys?"
Mm-hmm.
How about the guy who shoots 59?
Mm-hmm.
And by Saturday he was out of the.
Was that Jake Knapp?
Jake Knapp, yeah, 59.
Yeah, he finished in the top 10, but
I know, but he was.
and Eric Van Ruin had a chance to win it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and then he
Down
blew it.
Wow.
A couple bogeys.
Ex-golfer,
Yeah, he played here.
and he's had a fairly.
Why would anyone who
successful
wants to play college golf go to Minnesota? I mean, I know they fly down
He's
to New Mexico.
South African, I believe.
I
right?
think so.
That's how they were hitting the internationals pretty hard there for a while and on their golf team. So now that's one sport they haven't killed over there because it don't cost them. They only have about an 8-player team, and it doesn't cost them much money. I don't think so.
Okay, where are we in the world of sports? Nowhere.
Well,
it's a dead
your
season.
hockey team needed a victory,
Yeah.
and they got one. 1-0, though. Gus the Bus, I read something, had given up 3 or more, several starts in a row, but he saved the game, saved their bacon. My question is, 2 years ago, Joe, the Bruins had one of the greatest regular seasons in history.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
And then I think they got upset in the second round by somebody. I can't remember. What happened to them?
I don't know.
They're not going to make the playoffs. They don't score any goals.
I don't know.
I don't know. So
You know
they
who
got
else is
old.
coming under fire? Connor Bedard in Chicago.
Not doing
The critics don't like him. He doesn't take a shot. He went through a game the other night where didn't have one shot.
Well, but he spends all his time passing.
I don't.
there,
Maybe he doesn't have any help, as they say.
Maybe he doesn't have any help, but he's kind of smallish, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he? Kind of not the phenomenon he was supposed to be.
And I got to go to the Wild game when they play San Jose. I think it might be literally the last home game of
Yes,
the year.
look that up.
Because I want to see Macklin celebrating.
Are they gonna make the playoffs, San Jose?
No.
They're buried.
No, they're buried. I can double check that for you, but I'm pretty sure they're out of the hunt.
Well, I know you wanted to go see this kid. So, meanwhile, our Gophers are starting. They
I was just looking up the pairwise.
So San Jose Pat's dead last in the Pacific. They have 39 points.
really
Yeah.
wow. How good can he be?
Well, that's another good question.
Yeah.
And where are we with the Blackhawks? They're solidly in last place in our division. Mm-hmm. with.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while since they won 3 cups, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 cups in 6 years, 7 years, something like that.
Explain this to me. What's going on with Michigan State in college hockey?
I did some very good transfer portal young guys. You know what is happening in college hockey? Major juniors, years ago, 30, 40 years ago, you could not, there's junior hockey up there, and then there's major junior hockey, and college teams could not take major juniors after, I think Denver team was built on major juniors back in the day. And
It's kind of like dengue, Joe.
other one. It's been a while. It's been a while, but starting next year, you can get the major juniors. again.
Really?
Yeah. So now you're going to be getting major junior, 20-year-old, and then they're going to have everybody's going to get 5 years of eligibility. So there's going to be a lot of 25, 26.
You know what's going to change in hockey, if it already hasn't. Geography is not going to mean a thing. The Tkachuk brothers, for example, are from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah. There's Florida, the Tampa area.
You know where Gretzky's investing money? In Florida ice sheets.
Really?
Yeah, it won't make any. Canada won't. It won't make any difference. You won't have to freeze to death to be a hockey player.
Yeah,
They'll be everywhere.
That's true. Well, my example is, and this isn't because of weather, but Laverne, I believe, is coming back to the state tournament again. Laverne. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid,
They didn't have hockey.
they didn't even know it existed.
Right.
In 1964, they were the state one-class basketball champions.
Yes.
And if you played against them, they all wore heinies.
Yeah.
We call them heinies then, not crew cut. They all wore heinies.
They had the heinies.
And when you threw the ball in, they started pressing you from they wouldn't give you a moment's peace. Mm-hmm. They pressed all over the court, and they were a machine. Now they got about 12 kids out for basketball. And it's a hockey madness down there.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Who's Northern Lakes?
That is, by the way, Mike Randolph's team.
Randolph team.
But it's got about 6 high schools.
Oh, is this the one you brought up a week or two ago?
No, this is the smaller, 6 smaller high schools.
In the metro?
No, between the Range and Duluth, I think.
Really?
Here, I can look
Northern
it up.
Lakes.
I'll look it up.
He got them in the state tournament.
Yeah, they're in.
He's trying like hell to set the all-time record for victories. And so he left St. Thomas. That didn't work out for him. So the St. Thomas parents didn't like
They're,
their ways.
how about this? Northern Lakes, a high school in Minnesota with a boys hockey team nicknamed the Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where their home ice is?
Where?
Breezy Point Ice Arena.
Okay.
Really?
So they're
Well, who are the teams?
The schools in cooperative are Aitken, Crosby, Ironton, Pequot Lakes, Pine River, Bacchus, and I think that's it.
Isn't Crosby Ironton Rock Ridge?
No.
What am I
Rock Ridge is Virginia and Evelyn.
Oh, okay.
They merged Virginia and Evelyn, and they got beat in the final. I was hoping Rock Ridge was there. The jokes would have been incessant, but
Well, Joe took it on the chin. He had a double whammy over the weekend.
I lost 2 games in double overtime.
Hill?
Cretin went down in double overtime to St. Thomas, and Hill went down double overtime to Stillwater.
So Cretin didn't make the state tournament.
No, neither did Hill Murray.
Academy but your Cretin basketball team,
They might make the tournament.
they should make the tournament.
Yeah.
They did some fine recruiting. They got like 4 Division I players, so including Tom Anneman, who was in Fargo.
Yep. Is
Tom
he the 7-footer?
grandson, the damn near 7-foot, going to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So
I did Ben miss him.
Ben's missed a lot. You got your choice between Notre Dame and the Gophers.
Finishing
What are you gonna
11th
do?
in the Big Ten.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
there. I don't, Ben's got the Badgers here, Wednesday, right?
I think so.
Badgers are not playing as well as they are. I thought they were the best team in the league for a while. They losing. But Ben's got to win one of the last 2 to guarantee himself that he gets in the tournament. The 15.
The Big Ten tournament.
He's tied for 11th now, but I think if they go 8-12, he might end up being the last 3.
He had a 19-point lead at Nebraska. They won
Lost
by
it.
1, I think.
And when this Rigsby guy made a 3 at the buzzer when
I was monitoring that contest on the radio, driving Leland to and from the state tournament, and Grimmer was really holding it together. He was trying really hard to hold her
He
together.
is very good.
yeah,
Mike is really good.
He is
Yep.
really good.
Yep.
Is Al Nolan?
I like Al.
Guy?
Al does
Is
a good
he
job.
as big a homer as
He's not Spencer quality
not
homer,
Spencer Homer,
but I think he does a good job. I really do.
I've heard a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Not a lot. So, I was at your other alma mater Thursday night to watch the Tommies' second to last game in this Schoenecker Arena. They won them both. They're down. They're the 2 seed, right, in the Summit League
I'm not
tournament.
sure.
They're the
I'll
2
look it up.
seed. They ended up 12-4 in the Summit League, and but the women's team ended up down there too. I went over and I was talking to this Jade Hill, who's a Taylor Hill's kid sister, great kid. But they got 6 freshmen on this team for the women at Tommies, who came in at the first year of Division I. You know, so they got a bunch of skinny little freshmen who were, from all around, and Jade is a completely normal-sized human being, smaller, maybe 6 foot. She was talking about playing South Dakota State with this kid named Sano, who ended up playing 6 years and was like 25 when she was playing him. And she said, "I'm Gardner." She had muscles. She had, and she said, after a while, I said, "This ain't gonna work."
It ain't nothing your old man wouldn't have tried.
No. They all
Bringing the 15-year-olds
Yes.
in to play on the 12-year-old team.
teams, yeah. I asked Michael about that before he passed away, and he said, I think they were 14, but Bernie Beckman, Eddie, and I can't remember who the third guy was, but the old man, Little League Baseball, he only needed a shortstop, a catcher, and a pitcher. Beyond that,
Other than that, they were in good shape.
Beyond that, they were all 12-year-olds.
Did you play for him?
My dad, no, I didn't. No, he was not coaching that. But the famous story, and I've told you this 50 times, is he's coaching Michael's team, and the word is out that he's using ringers. And they're playing at Slayton in the county fair tournament.
Ooh.
And he knows he's going to get abused, so the managers that day were my mother, Mabel Peterson, and I can't remember what the Tucson woman's name was, but he had the 3 women go and manage the team so they wouldn't get as much abuse as he was going to get. He figured they wouldn't throw the team out of the tournament if my mom and Mabel Peterson.
Is there a more Minnesota small town name than Mabel Peterson?
Mabel Peterson. Mabel was down the block. That's where Fanny left. That's where our dog
took his own house, didn't he?
Our dog said, "I've had enough of these jackasses." He moved down to Mabel. Fanny moved.
He
down
upgraded,
didn't he?
Yeah, she moved down to Mabel's.
Yeah.
I never saw. You'd walk by their house going around the lake or something. I'm not going. He thought you were coming back to get him, and he didn't. I mean, she did. She liked Mabel. Mabel took nice care of her, as opposed to us. Mabel paid attention to her. We didn't pay any attention.
Was this
to
when
Fanny.
he towed his own doghouse?
No, that was in Prior Lake when I built the doghouse.
You built the doghouse.
I built the doghouse, and let me tell you this: as a
Construction manager.
as a construction, do not make a doghouse out of plywood. That's my.
All right.
That's what I'd say.
It's too light.
Sound
Too
advice.
light.
They're too light.
Yes, they're too light. They can haul their own doghouse.
I would give a considerable amount of money to see a picture of the doghouse you built.
Well, you could see it running down the street, pulling
Did
it
it have a slanted roof or was it just a box?
I can't read. I think it was a box.
With a hole in it?
You know, that
Listen,
makes snow removal a little
I was
difficult.
probably out there for 8 hours, too. But, and
Licking the point of a
some
pencil
girl,
and measure.
some young woman came from down the block, about 2 blocks, came down and knocked on the door and said, "Your dog is carrying his doghouse down the street." And I said, "Oh, crap."
I'll be right back.
Can't remember what that dog's name was. I don't know. But then we moved out the country and just let it run. And one of them was 2 years old, got hit by a car and got killed. And they got another one. But yeah, if you're going to own a dog, own them someplace where they don't have to be.
You can't own a dog in the city.
No. We were out in the country the second time, and he was fine.
What's your update on happenings in Fort Myers? Anything?
Well, today's the official day that Dave St. Peter is no longer team president. Derek Falvey's team president. Not that that means much. What do you think, Reavers? The number one story out of there is they got a guy who throws a knuckleball 80 miles an hour.
How about, have you seen this, Joe?
No.
Colby Lewis, he throws this knuckleball. He throws it 80 miles an hour.
Well, I thought it hit 87 on the gun.
Maybe he did. He just throws it
An
hard as he
87 mile an hour knuckleball.
That's fast for a knuckleball.
Well, the catcher, I don't know which catcher that was receiving it. At least the video I saw, he's kind of giving it what the hell am I supposed to do here?
Yes, that's not good. Yeah, nobody's ever thrown a one like that because the whole idea was to
Throw off the timing, yeah.
And use the air currents to basically knock it around, have it float. And
Where'd this guy come from?
I don't know.
Was he a draft pick?
No, I don't think so. I think was he in their farm system? I don't know if they got him from somewhere else or not. I'll tell you, I'm not laser focused on this because when they haven't had one of their own. They've had some games on TV, spring training games, but always with another team's telecast, like the Pirates or somebody. I don't think they have their own telecast until like this weekend.
Okay.
But somebody told me Atterbury, Judd gave me a report, Atterbury's in midseason form.
Good.
He was...
I listened.
Nobody knows more.
He was giving us a lot of information.
I was listening to the game. Was it Saturday? I think, no, it was yesterday. Saturday was the game at home, right? Because they wasn't that the Minnesota day or whatever?
Yes.
It sounded like they had a ton of people there.
Oh, really?
Because the crowd, it was pretty loud. But, you never know. It sounded like there was a lot of people there at that game.
And
that must have been against
you were
the
listening to the game?
I was listening on the radio, yep.
Was Chris talking pretty good?
He was.
He knows a lot of minutia.
He does. He is an expert on minutia. There's
He knows
no
a
doubt
lot of
about
stuff.
it.
He does his homework, boy. You can't fault him for
I
that.
gave him a little shot in the Turkey of the Year awards, and I think he took it okay, but not too great. So, anyway.
There's no doubt that he loves it.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah,
he does.
Well, that's a commitment, man. You guys know
It
this.
is.
You are veterans of the
We've
play-by-play
been
booth.
on air. We know how it works. We've done it.
I'm still.
We've done play-by-play.
One inning.
But
Yeah,
they
not
did
even
not,
an inning. I think they got rid of us after 2
They
outs.
did not treat us with respect.
I don't think so.
They did
No.
not. Good. We're going to do.
They kept
2
saying to
innings.
us, "You could be a little more grateful."
Yes, right. Yeah, right. They did. You could be a little more grateful.
Here's the pitch. Booth glaring in.
Yes, he was glaring.
Wide. I'm sorry,
Whoop,
inside,
that was
not wide.
inside.
Inside ball.
I think he called it a strike.
He did.
What's he raising his hand for? It looked like a strike to me. It's 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, that was.
This is not as easy as you think it is when you listen to Gordo all summer long.
Well, he's
How is Gordo doing? Have you talked to him
I don't know
recently?
if I haven't seen him. I saw him once last year when I was down there. I don't know if he's still playing golf every day or not, but he plays a lot of golf out, and he lives
on a golf course.
He lives in one of those courses not very
by the
far
airport.
from the ballpark.
Yeah.
Not very far.
You know what a listener pointed out during the week last week, Pat? I think it's the 8-year anniversary of one of the most infamous moments in the history of sports talk.
Is this Minnesota sports failure?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It deals with you.
Oh.
This was the anniversary of when Joe was going through the preseason Twins spring training schedule, not realizing they had moved to a different radio station.
This is the date?
It was around this time because someone said, please make sure you remember to bring that up with Joe and Pat on Monday.
I had the whole summer plotted out.
That was. I bet you went home. Drew, with your head drooping when you discovered that
And all
no
those
more of
tea
those
times lined up.
No more of those afternoon games. Oh my God!
Let's see. Wednesday
We
they're in
loved them.
Detroit.
Oh, boy.
That was.
Hey, Joe.
Joe, we don't
we don't have them.
We don't have them anymore.
Yeah, they went to a radio station of their own making, which they bought for $25 million and sold for $4 million. How'd that work out? That was a
Plus, you
perfect-
couldn't get the station.
No, you couldn't get the station. Plus, it was the perfect mix of audience, alternate music and baseball, right?
But you couldn't get them as close as Hudson.
Yeah.
You couldn't get that
People
station.
used to complain about us at night, but
Right.
we weren't that.
Go 96.3. That was
Are
the.
they still in business?
God, no. I don't. I mean, I
Are
don't.
they?
I don't.
Somebody
Were they?
bought 'em.
Are they? Did they have a booth at the fair?
They
Yeah,
probably.
I
I'm sure they.
I think they did.
Didn't some religious outfit buy them? Or
Maybe. I'm not sure.
You know what radio right now has FM,
I don't.
AM. Too many religious stations. We
Yeah.
don't need all that stuff.
You don't like
We got
that?
like one or two, not 25.
Does this get added to the list?
Yeah,
I don't like
religious.
I don't like
stations.
religious radio
I
stations.
don't like religious.
Well, there can't be that many. I
Oh,
don't know
I
what
don't
you're
know.
listening to.
I am been riding my wife's car because the convertible is in Reaver's garage
Yep.
for the winter here.
Right.
We almost took her out this morning to take the boys to school.
Wait a minute. Are you a one-car family in the
Oh,
winter?
no, we got one. The wife got a new vehicle.
Oh, that's right. But you
Anyhow.
kept the old wife's vehicle?
I got the old Volvo, yeah.
So you're going to be a three-car family.
I don't know what I'm going to do with the old Volvo, but when I get the convertible back, which with the weather we're having now, I might as well come out and get
Yep.
it. But anyway, I don't know. But it's only got the old traditional radio in it, so
Yeah.
there's no satellite or anything.
Right.
So when I've driven it in the country a few times, end up hitting AM stations looking for maybe a ball game or something, and you get a lot of people telling you about the religion, which I don't think so. I don't need
What?
that.
I don't know how it could
No,
be
not that
bothersome.
many. Not
I
that
mean,
many. Not that many.
Well, when you're driving on a Sunday, that's probably.
What do you mean not that many? You act like you go up and down the dial. It's nothing like but religious stations.
Out in the boonies.
Yeah,
a
I
lot
thought it
of
was
them
all
are.
country out in the boonies.
Not FM.
Well, can I tell you something? When you're out in the boonies, you're not going to get anything on AM. You got to go FM.
Yeah, you're probably right. But the trouble is, if you go FM, you can get like two stations if you're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
You know what I did Saturday?
I'm afraid to
I
ask.
pulled an old racy stunt. I drove to Stevens Point, Wisconsin
Yep.
to see Janelle McCarville, who's coaching the Stevens Point basketball
Yep.
team, and she's one of my all-time favorites. And it seemed like a good idea because I went in 3 hours, a little over 3 hours to get there. But driving home after the game at night, it took a long time.
Well,
It seemed
deer
to be.
and
Huh?
that would have been the deer would have been out.
Yeah,
and-
we didn't. I didn't see any of those, but anyway, she is a character, and their pregame ritual with her and their three assistants, a card game.
Come on.
No, like 4:30 before the girls arrive, they're playing some.
What was
card
her
game.
nickname when she played for the Gophers? I thought she had a great nickname when she was playing with the Whalen.
I think I used to call her Big Mama, but I don't think
Okay.
that was her nickname.
Okay.
But she was famous for playing a Gopher game and then heading to Mystic Lake and playing cards till 4 o'clock in the morning. And they did not. Pam Borton did not have control of Janelle, but Janelle was too damn good to do anything about it,
Right.
right? And they were going to the Final Four, so. But yeah, she liked to play her cards. So.
That's fantastic.
What's the school she's coaching?
Stevens Point Area Senior High, they call it.
Senior high school.
SPASH, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
She played there. She comes from this little town, Custer, but it doesn't have a high school. And they got 2,000 students in the top 4 grades, almost. I think she said that. And they got like 21 kids out for basketball.
Wow.
The youth of America is not giving up on sports, aren't they?
Well, I was
To
going to
some
bring
degree.
up, Leland had his state tournament this last weekend at the Prior Lake High School.
Oh, wow.
And the boy...
Not the one I played in.
No, this is a bit of an upgrade. And I'm the official hype man for the 4th grade Jordan Hubman boys basketball
What's
team.
that mean?
Well, I'm in charge of pregame music and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping the attitude going. Anyway, they played great. They finished second in the state. It was fantastic. They lost to Prior Lake in the state final yesterday. Crushing loss. But I cannot believe how many freaking kids were there all
Really?
weekend. Oh, my God.
Ah, well, that's good because
Well, Jordan, we only have 11 kids in 4th grade. But some of these towns, they played Lakeville North, and I think Lakeville North has 3 teams.
really.
Just that school has 3 teams in 4th grade. So,
Okay. Well, that's good because they're down there. They're having a hard time. The other thing is, kids, the girls don't play volleyball and basketball now.
Right.
Because volleyball is so time consuming. If they're any
well,
good.
Fratelloni's girls, that's all they play is volleyball year round.
Yeah. So back in the day, the volleyball player just played basketball as soon as the season ended. So she's got a pretty good team though. Although the first half was a wrestling match, man. They kind of collided. They ended up winning, but they collapsed at the end of the first half, and they got down 37-23. And with about 10 seconds to go, they took 5 2-footers and missed them all.
Oh, no.
Hey, you got a pencil? Pat, you got a pencil? Give Pat here.
I looked
Now you need a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Use this.
I looked over, and she was very calm. I said, "How did you stand?" I'm sitting there yelling, saying, "Make a shot!"
I'm going to give you a little test.
Oh,
Okay.
God, I know what you're
All
going
right.
to do.
Yeah. Let me get this up here.
Okay.
I got to find it.
This is going to be the highlight, right? This
Yes,
is going to be the
most likely.
What do you
yes.
mean the highlight?
If I think I know where this is going, and I think I do.
Okay.
Boy, I hope I still have it.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
This build-up, the build-up goes.
You still have it, Reeves?
I do somewhere in here. Give me a second. I didn't know you were going this route, but give me a
Here, I
brief-
think I got it. I just can't. Why would I have deleted that? I would not have deleted that.
My iPad died.
I don't have it.
My iPad died, so I've been looking at my wife's iPad.
Yeah.
She got 1,400 emails in there. I said, "Can we do something here, honey?" And
I got it, Reeves.
You got her?
Yeah.
So do I.
All right, Pat.
okay,
Pick a number between 1 and 10,
You got to write it down.
and then write it down.
I'm not supposed to.
I don't even
tell
care
you.
if I know it, but you don't have to show it to me.
4.
No, Pat. You don't have to announce it.
Oh,
Just write down a number.
okay. Let's do it again.
All right. Pick a
Okay.
number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Multiply that by 9.
Okay, and then put the number down there. Yeah. Okay.
Multiply it by 9.
Okay.
And then if you have a 2-digit number
Yes.
after your multiplication, add those 2 digits together.
Okay, I just did.
All right. Now subtract 5 from that number.
Okay.
With that number, find the corresponding letter in the alphabet. A is 1, 2 is B.
Well, the number is no. I was
No.
8 times 9 is 72, and then that's 80. And minus 5. There aren't 75 letters.
No.
in it.
You missed the one step.
Pat, you
You need to add the 2 numbers together in the 2-digit number.
Yes, and that's 80.
You
Oh, in the digit. I thought I was supposed to add
All right,
8.
now
So
Let's-
you would add
let's-
7 to 2.
We'll do it again.
let's start
we'll
over.
do it again.
Let's start over.
Take it from the top.
pick a number between 1 and
Okay,
10.
I did. Just
All right.
did. Okay.
Multiply that by 9.
Blue paint.
Okay.
If you have a 2-digit number, add
Yes.
those 2 digits together.
Okay.
With that number, with that result, subtract 5.
Okay.
Now, with that number, Find the corresponding letter in the alphabet. I know there's not 75 letters in the alphabet.
D.
You don't. Okay. You don't have to tell me that yet.
Okay.
Think of a country that begins with that letter and write the name of the country down.
Country. Okay.
All right. With the last letter of the country you chose, think of an animal and write it down.
Boy, this is a tough one. Okay. Okay.
With the last letter in the name of that animal, think of a color and write that down.
Okay.
You see any orange kangaroos in Denmark recently? Is that what you
How'd
had?
you know that?
That's a magic.
It is magic.
When Kenny pulled that on the show, I thought Joe was going to stab him in the heart with a pencil for reading his mind the way that he did. And then I had to tell Joe, yes, I did this with my 10-year-old a week ago.
I think it has something to do with the number
You
9.
always end up with the number
But
4.
what if I didn't say kangaroo? There's got to be something else that begins with a K.
Yeah, I know a kid that tried this with her friends, and they came up with koala and Dominican Republic for D. And it only works if you go with the obvious.
Yes. Okay.
But I don't know how it works.
It's voodoo.
It's the orange kangaroo.
No.
I'm dazzled.
Now, if we had a deck of cards, I could really blow your mind because I learned a new one last night.
Who's showing this to?
Last night, this was shown to us by the family that just returned from Europe, where they were visiting their kid, and the kid gave them this card trick. And holy mackerel, it's quite a trick. I don't know how they do it. So we don't have a deck of cards. We won't do that.
He's in Europe.
Who is?
This kid.
No, that Alice is in Europe.
Oh, she's in Europe.
Yeah.
And that's what she's doing in Europe? Card tricks?
No,
There's
she
gotta
just
be more to do in Europe.
she just learned about that. No, but we don't have a deck of cards. We won't do that. So,
Okay.
But
that's impressive. That's impressive. But when you got an old guy doing this,
you'd have to really
when
write
you
this
say,
down.
I thought you said add 8 and 72. That throws it off right up and
Right,
away.
that wouldn't work.
We had a little trouble. But the third time we finally got to it,
we did. Orange kangaroo. Something else. What else is going on? There's got to be something.
What else? Well, what did we talk? We did talk college hockey.
Golfers.
It was combine weekend. It was combine
Oh,
weekend.
God, yeah. I didn't pay much attention.
I didn't either.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
your alma mater
Yes.
gave our Gopher women's team a fright by winning game 2.
Yep.
Then they got hammered yesterday.
What was it, 6-2 or something like that yesterday?
But did you see the number of shots that your Mankato
I did not.
goalie stopped in game 2 to beat the Gophers?
How many was it?
70.
You're kidding me.
70. Yes.
Wow. Well, both of the goalies, I was reading something a couple weeks ago. Both goalies for both clubs are really good because the kid playing for the men's team was the rookie of the week last week for Mankato.
Have they played a series yet? Or they play this weekend?
They have Lake Superior State
They end
this
up having a
weekend.
good year.
Yeah, and they're getting
County
Mr. Hockey.
Really?
Yes, Hauser had something on Twitter that he's going to Mankato. I forget the kid's name, or he's a finalist for one of the finalists and expected to win for Mr. Hockey, and he's going to Mankato, Joe, not the Gophers.
What high school?
I'll look it up because Tommy Hauser had it. I think on social
Hauser
media.
gets into that hockey
Oh, he
tournament,
loves high
doesn't
school
he?
hockey.
Doesn't he part of the broadcast team for the tournament?
Yeah,
I think he
yes.
does some interviews, doesn't he, or something?
When will the girls
we do
start
not
complaining?
have Channel 45 on YouTube, so I'm blacked out on.
When will the girls' tournament demand full TV coverage? Don't they
Well,
get
they
that?
get it. They get it.
No, it was on some station I couldn't get.
But I think they have it on, don't they?
Oh, they did the finals. You're right.
Do they have 2 classes or one? The girls.
They have 2, don't
They
they?
had 2.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. You
The
just gotta show
championship
numbers.
games were on because they did see that.
Are you comfortable with 2 classes yet, or still upset?
No, I'm still upset.
Okay, good.
It never happened.
Well, I'm sad because my Rock Ridge team got beat. I wanted to make Rock Ridge jokes.
When I heard the news about Johnson, the earth stopped
Oh
revolving.
God, yes. Are you going to write that column or not?
Yeah.
Have you written it yet?
I'm going to
this
do
week?
it for this weekend.
I'm ready to read it. It's I looked up the last one I wrote on Johnson. I was thinking it was 5-6 years ago. It was 10 years ago. And Moose's team, he had a full team, and it was pretty good. And they played at Holman Field in the
outdoor thing.
Yeah, and they had a good game with. I think they played LeBurn.
I didn't know this, and I bet you didn't know it either. Do you know what the Johnson hockey team was called in the early 60s and the 50s into the 60s? The Grand Army of the Phelan.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Think of that.
Yes, right. Wow.
Mike Krupe, Greg Hughes, Rob Shattuck. Krupe, Hughes, and Shattuck. Krupe died when he was...
very young, yeah.
He died in 1969, and he was playing for the Johnstown Jets.
And what happened?
All three of them went to the U, Krupe, Hughes, and Shattuck.
Yeah.
All three of them played for the U. Who was the coach in the early 60s at the U? Was it Marouche?
Marouche was there until... Right, Sonmore replaced Marouche.
Yeah, but not.
But
Sonmore was late 60s.
Marouche got fired, and then he went to work for the North Stars.
Yeah,
as for Wren, he was assistant for Wren. But I don't know why Marsh Ryman fired him, and I think he brought in Kenny Ackle, and Kenny was not too successful. Mm-hmm. And then, was that after Sonmore? Because Herbie might have replaced Kenny Ackle. I don't know.
I thought Herbie replaced Sonmore.
I guess he did. I'm confused. Yeah. So Kenny, I guess they hired Sonmore.
All right, I found the list that Hauser had put out. So the kid I'm thinking of is Mason Kraft, and he plays for Moorhead, and he's going to Minnesota State.
Moorhead's got a hell of a club.
Yeah. Ryan Kraft's son or nephew.
Okay.
Ryan Kraft.
They're in the tournament, aren't they? Moorhead.
#1 seed.
Yeah.
And there was another kid that he is a Hill Murray kid, and I believe he is going to Holy Cross.
Really?
He's going to the hated Holy Cross.
They beat the hated Gophers in a big tournament game.
Bowden Samper.
One of my lowest.
Oh, yeah, I know Bowden. I mean, I know the Samper family.
Okay.
One of the lowest moments of my agitating journalism
career.
Really
was.
When I was walking around and just kind of loitering around, waiting for Gopher fans to say, "Hey, Ricey, did you get a hockey score?" And I'd say, "Yep, 4-3. Holy Cross!"
I need that. Give me that pencil back.
They were #1 seed.
Only able to regroup. Then it's poked away by Burke, who takes over. Pushes it up ahead to McGregor. Holy Cross coming down with a 3-on-2. McGregor from the right side, centering feed.
To the point where Royce said, "Ravers, you know what we need on the show today? The Holy Cross fight song."
Yeah, it was. I made a decision today, Joe.
Yeah.
The other day, I was talking about, they put out something. Lavelle wrote a column about a week late, but wrote a column about the Lake Placid still the greatest victory ever.
Yep. And
I of course wrote, you know how this victory occurred, don't you? Hot goalie. and so, but I was thinking, I think my dedication to go full agitation was when I started making fun of the Miracle on Ice. With Herbie.
Oh, you were all in then.
Yeah,
you had to be all in.
Yeah, right, you did. Herbie, he's still holding out for the job he wants, Emperor of the World. Oh,
do we need a pause?
We do not. The only thing I need before we conclude is a Valley Group of GM Dealers ad for Mr. Patrick.
And I think I can give that to you right now.
Beautiful.
Jim Paul and Brett Paul's Valley Group of GM Dealers. Just go on the website, Valley Group of GM Dealers, and look at the inventory. It is fantastic. The quality of the SUVs and the prices right now, the variety is fantastic. Plus, the Sierra heavy-duty trucks, they got a load of those also. Right now, factory rebates back in force, pretty strong, and also low interest rates. I keep telling you, get that granddaughter or that kid of yours He's turning 16. Get him the Encore. The Encore SUV, everything will fit in the trunk. Great price and great size. It's fantastic. Fit right in the garage, too. This is Ricey, and I recommend Jim Paul and Brett Paul's dealers in Apple Valley and Hastings very highly.